system, the more stability the system is. This is an extreme example. You look at that house over there. Okay, what do they have? It's typical of a yard. They've got some grass in there, and that's it. This has bees and different kinds of flowers. You can smell it. You can breathe the oxygen. It makes you feel better. This is a balanced ecosystem, and that's why
How do you keep the bugs from it?
We want the bugs. We want the bugs. Like
Which we have a garden. I had a garden last year.
You want
Majority of the bugs ate the garden.
There's companion planting. You'll see the marigolds are planted in different places.
Yes, I can hear that, so I just planted that.
They have fresh, clean water now after it's been through the barrels. So this is a mutual beneficial relationship with the fish and the bacteria and the plants, and we have a system here that grows plants and tilapia. You can turn that back on for me, thanks. And then behind us, we've got chickens. We raise
vermicompost. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine part of this soil and part of this. There's worms inside of it. So we take the worm casings after they're eating everything, and that's incredibly rich for the soil. And then we're going to put a little rabbit manure in, mix everything together, and then that's what we're going to use for potting. So let me get a scoopy thing, better scoopy thing. And then if you guys want to come over here, here's the final piece of it. So you see how we've got all this compost and all this, everything that we're throwing on here? This is the good stuff right here. This is where the worms are. See that black, that nice big black? Ah, smells really good. Smells nice and earthy. Florida is we're a giant peninsula. You know, we're built on sand, and it's very difficult to get things grow like crazy in Florida because of our temperate climate, and we get so much sun. But the sandy soil is terrible. And so what we have to do is we have to do things to amend the soil. And so we're adding all these nutrients and everything, but it comes back into that system. You know, all the stuff that you normally throw away could be going towards your garden. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So let me get another thing for. We had a question down here. Yes, please.
Yeah, go.
Breeding fish?
Yeah, we're gonna do that here. We're gonna breed tilapia for our aquaponics, and we're gonna breed them here as well.
Very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
What should happen, and what you have here, this is the basis of the template of the ecosystem. And what will happen is, as we add, we've already got some water plants going. You can see that there's green on the tops. There's mosquitoes that are starting to come through. We've actually got some fish under here. They hide from the hawk that lives up here. But slowly and surely, as we add more things to this, and this becomes a more dynamic system, within 6 months, a year, it will be a self-sustaining system that we won't have to put a lot of effort into. So you put some effort into it up front, you get it going, and then nature comes back in and takes over. You'd be surprised at what you get out here. And this will actually clean the water from the road. All the petroleum and the things that come in here, this will act as a filtering system. And then again, that builds a healthy, stable, total ecosystem. The same food problems that we have here in Pasco County. Burger King, liquor store, fast food, you know, where do you go to get a good apple? I go to the store and I don't even have a family, and I see how outrageous the prices are and how expensive the vegetables are. I mean, it's like $1 an apple now. It's outrageous, it's crazy. So what his model is, when you plant the seed, you print money. All of these seeds, everything that you see here, this has all come from seeds. All the donations over there, this all came from golf courses. And so what we have is we have a repository in a place where we get to grow a whole lot of stuff. Our goal is 10,000 seed starts a month. 10,000, that's 2,500 a week. So what we do is we start over here and start to move everything this way. These are pea plants, and these are going to go to different things. Part of these go back into the garden to feed us. Part of these go to the restore, where we're going to be selling garden kits and advice and how to get your garden started and the actual things that go into it. And a third of it goes towards, we have a goal here to put a farm in every Pasco County school within 5 years. We don't think that should be too tough, especially if we have all these smart kids and all these smart adults that come along with it. So a third of that goes towards that goal as well, and that mission.
And community gardens.
Community gardens and feeding the homeless, and we really believe that we can change everything through food. There's a green revolution. We're a green army. Yes.
Hi. Okay, so you were saying that you would like 10,000 seeds a month?
Seed starts, yes.
So is that this, or is it just like seed packets that you'd like to plant and make your own, or like to cultivate yourself?
I'm going to say D, all of the above.
Okay.
What that means is we have seeds that have come here, so we've spent a certain amount of money, and Eric has done an amazing job at getting us off the ground. But now what we need to do in order to keep up with what we anticipate our production needs are going to look like, we have to do 10 times what we're doing now. And so that means we get our seeds from a various number of sources. He purchases strains and seeds out of catalogs, so that's one thing, but that costs money. The fruit that we bring out of here, you know, the seeds that you eat, the fruit that you eat, you collect those seeds afterwards and stick them in the ground. Guess what happens? You got more of what you just had.
Does that really work though?
It really does. That's the way that it's designed. That's the way seeds are designed.
You don't have to dry it out or...
There may be some specific things that you need to do to different foods, but more often than not, a seed falls, let's say that piece of fruit, okay, on that tree, falls off and it hits the ground. And then it molds and everything, and then all of a sudden, boom, a seed comes out. Same thing happens in your compost. But mostly we're throwing our seeds and stuff into the trash where it doesn't do us any good. So, and also collections, you know, there's a lot of gardeners here. There's a lot of older generations whose parents used to garden, and they've got seed lines and things. So seed swaps, community, that's where everything is starting to come from now. So what we need to do is we needed to jam up production. I'm going to take a group with me. Eric's going to take a group with him. We're going to just basically clean all that stuff that's over there that's used for production. We're going to bring it over here, and then we're going to sort it out and put it in where it needs to go.
Is it difficult to get non-GMO seeds, or are these?
Can I take that question on?
Absolutely.
GMOs are used for commodity crops. Commodity crops like corn, soy, sugar beets, wheat. So when you go to a grocery store or a Home Depot or Lowe's and you buy seeds, you're not going to get a GMO seed unless you're buying corn. Maybe they might have. But really, honestly, I'm not a big anti-GMO person, only because it's just it's a science that we're investigating. Yeah. I think that there should be awareness of it, and I think people should be aware. But as a gardener, you're rarely going to come into GMO seeds. One thing to think about is papaya. So we have Hawaiian papaya that has no GMO. They have this bad disease in Hawaii, and so they cultivated a GMO papaya. And a lot of the papayas that you eat are genetically modified. So what we have here are non-GMO papaya, but that's about the only thing that you would worry about being a gardener in Florida. I mean, you're really not going to come into GMO seeds.
And along those lines, volume, you know, it really lies in volume. The more plants that we can put into the ground, the more we have to put around. You could take for example, this piece of land out here. There isn't any reason that little strip can't be, with all of our extra seeds, we throw those out there, and within 6 months you have a little bit of a food forest going. Yeah. Vacant lots. Areas on schools, I mean, they have all these, they've got sidewalls where we could be building things and doing that, so.
Yes, they never.
Great job, buddy.
Good job. What are the goons cooking over there? We're gonna have to go investigate.
This monarch butterfly just came out of a cocoon that has been sitting in the gate here for the past maybe few weeks now.
So you noticed the cocoon?
Oh yeah, the cocoon's been there just dangling for weeks. You see that little white thing underneath behind it? That's the cocoon that was in.
Where's the rest of it?
It's right here.
More, there's another row.
Weird.
He said look for the same leaves. So look at the leaves from your turnips and then try and match it to the leaves on the farm.
Nice. That's a giant pea.
So can you just show up and volunteer anytime you want?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Yeah. That'd be great, actually. I think he's here from 9 a.m. till 12 Monday through Saturday. Yeah, Eric.
Well, we picked those are all green. I'll grab stuff. I'll do the water stuff. Just grab one. I'll grab this. Wait here, second. I gotta pull up my sleeves for this ride. Excuse me, let 2 people at a time. When it gets dirty, I have to clean. Where does it go when it's clean? They should point at the finger at me. I'm happy having a nose because I am a turnip and I'm washed. I'm washed by an awesome girl.
The greens or whoa? What is
Beauty icy came in the show.
ice? Here.
What'd you get? Beans?
I think they put a sail up in.
You got it?
Like the bigger the better.
Doing a great job.
Where will we put them?
Right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these radishes and turnips, take the old ones out. Yeah.
And we're gonna put them in baskets.
And we'll put them in different baskets. Put the white ones with white ones and the red ones with red ones.
Okay.
And underneath,
Hang on.
we'll put the snow peas in here, and I'll get you another bin for the green peas. Okay?
Hi.
Hi, yummy.
Spiky.
Spiky. Spiky.
Yeah, they're really spiky.
Okay, whites need to go in one thing because you guys didn't listen. So whites have to go in one and
Whites go in the left bucket.
let me move this bucket. Touch it with me, Kaden.
Yeah.
You gotta put it in the basket, face all the same.
If you enjoyed this film and you would like to support this great urban community supported agriculture project, we have a GoFundMe crowdfunding going on at gofundme.com/GoKUF.